Hey there guys, it's the Monkey here, and firstly I want to apologise because the topic that I'm going to talk about today starts off quite morbid, quite depressing, but stick with me to the end. It does get better. To begin with, what I want to talk about is there's been a lot of death recently, particularly from famous people who have departed this world and gone on to the next. Some of them have been quite inspirational, and a lot of them have affected me in some way or another. I mean, you had Nicholas Winton, who was a war hero in the Second World War. He managed to save more than 660 Jewish children from Nazi annihilation. He never told a soul about it until I think it was the late 90s, early 2000s. So he really deserves a mention, and I think, you know, if anyone's lost anyone recently, I think you should just pause the video and have a minute and just remember them. Moving on, other people who have passed this year, who have of great notoriety. You have George Cole, who was the original Flash Harry from the St. Trinian's films that I grew up watching. Leonard Nimoy, great actor. Terry Pratchett, an author who I spent most of my childhood reading. You know, his Discworld series is beyond belief. Andy Fraser, the bassist from Free, he co-wrote All Right Now. You also had Keith Harris, who kind of inspired me in my youth to attempt to take up ventriloquism. You know, no more will we hear Orville's voice ringing. No more will we hear Orville's voice ringing through our ears. That sounded more like salad fingers. Oh, I'm sorry, Keith. And then we have the great B.B. King, the blues musician who passed. Ron Moody, famously we knew from Oliver Twist. He played Fagin. Again, a film that I watched when I was a kid. And Sir Christopher Lee, possibly one of my favourite actors of all time. A man who played Dracula, a Bond villain, who was Sherlock and Mycroft Holmes. He played Death. He played Lucifer. He played Count Dooku, who was Saruman. He was Lord Summerisle. He recorded a heavy metal concept album about Charlemagne. He hunted Nazis during World War II. He was part of a secret unit called the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. When told by Peter Jackson to imagine a man being stabbed in the back, he said he didn't have to imagine it. He was fluent in English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, moderately proficient in Swedish, Russian, Greek, and conversational in Mandarin and Chinese. Hey, Chuck Norris, beat that. But what I'm trying to get at is, in death, you must always remember to celebrate life. And I think the biggest way to celebrate life is to have a wake. And I think the most popular wake that is a celebration has to have been the Ashes cricket. In the season of 1876 to 77, one test was played between England and Australia, in which the Australians beat England. An obituary was written for the Sporting Times, in which it was quoted as the death of English cricket, and the body will be cremated and the ashes taken to Australia. In 1882, the Honourable Ivor Bligh went to Australia with the ashes to take them home, and did so for 8 consecutive series after that. The Ashes are the greatest cricket tournament and remembrance of a single event in history, I think. And it was reiterated just this week when England beat the Aussies in the cricket, in the Ashes, and we took it to take the total series to 32 apiece. But I'm going to leave you with this final thought. If you want to find out what your Australian cricket name is, you take your name, such as Boston Chaos, and then you add the words out Stuart Broad to the end. If you like it, let me know. Until next time, be lucky.